What's up, y'all? Today I made around $4,700, which is 474 on all 10 accounts, all my Apex accounts. So let me show you guys how I did it. So to give a little context before the day, um, overnight coming into the day, Friday we had probably one of the worst down days in a couple years. We had 5% down day, 1,500 handles. And coming into the day, honestly, there was no news. And after a day like that and Monday, I wasn't really too confident to trade today. But overnight, we kind of rallied up a little higher. And honestly, I was expecting price to touch this first 1 hour FEG. Whether it rejected it or inversed it, I didn't really care. I just wanted to kind of get the shorts to that. That's what I was pretty confident in. Um, but yeah. So then, let me boom. So yeah. So coming into the day, we had a couple. We had this is the hourly FEG, and then above us is another hourly FEG. Um, So yeah, here we go. This is the first 1 minute FEG, 65 handles right here, and we're looking a little bearish here, but it's honestly too early in the day for me, so it's not something I like to take. Let's check the 5 minute. 5 minute, we have a 5 minute FEG right here that we just traded into, and it looks like we might be respecting, so we could get some shorts off of this, and then. And then boom. Honestly, I really did like this setup. We have an hourly FEG right here, and this purple FEG is an NWOG. 5 minute, we came, respected the 5 minute FEG, and we're pushing lower. 15 minute, the prior one was a wick, and this one looks like it's closing down. So it looks like we might have strength. I was risking 3 cons, 60 handles for 100. And then literally the first candle stops me out. So I'm like, okay, like this wasn't really a day I wanted to trade in the first place. I know a lot of people got in here. And honestly, I was more setup wise, I was more confident in the one before, because this one, like, look at the 5 minute. Like before this was closing down, the 5 minute was a wick just like this. So I wasn't too happy about that trade if I would have taken it, but I mean it did pan out. And then what do we have here? So here we have potentially another short setup, because there's a mini 5 minute FEG right here, and we're tapping off of the 1 minute FEG. 5 minute, again, we came, tapped FEG, we're going back, and we could be going back lower. And then boom, I got in right there. This was honestly a little tighter because I already took a loss, so it was 30 handles for 60, and I instantly got stopped out. So then I was looking at it, I was like, bro, I've seen this setup so many times where overnight we're bullish, and then market opens, we come take a low, or we tap in a 1 hour FEG like we did here perfectly. And we create a bullish structure. We close above the 1 minute and the 5 minute, and honestly, this was this was beautiful to me. So I got in long right there. A couple candles that were against me, but I was risking 32 handles for 123, which is kind of crazy to say, but I mean, hey. Yeah, I get a couple good candles off rip. And then I went BE. Yes, I went BE right there. And then I actually got in literally right when it BE'd me. I got in the next candle right there. And this was my last trade, I promise. This was my last trade, but instantly I got 44 handles. Instantly went break even. It edged me a little bit right there, and then it took a little while, but still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, and I was done. 111 handles with 5 cons. This was the proof. So this was that first short with 3 cons, lost 350. That second short with 3 cons, lost 190. And then right here, that break even. And then finally, the fourth and final trade with 5 that made 814, so which makes me up 474 on all 10 accounts, which is about 4,700 on the day. So that was kind of my, this was my, you know, these are my trades of the day. So yeah, but yeah, just to go over like kind of my mistakes and you know what I can learn from a day like this is I mean, first of all, coming into the day, I was already not too, you know, motivated to trade after a Friday like this, and also today there was no news. So honestly, today was not a day that I should have traded. You know, odds were against me, and you know, which made me also lose money in the beginning. So that's already, you know, the first way of how I, you know, should be avoiding losses. Secondly, I probably should be waiting for a little more, you know, confluences. You know, just having, you know, bearish structure should not be, you know, what's driving my decision making. You know, we didn't take any highs. We did inverse this, and 5-minute structure was a little bearish, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it wasn't a bad setup, but just knowing the day, knowing like what kind of day it is, like maybe being a little more patient and knowing, like today might be, you know, might be shaking me out. So either I would have missed this, or I would have waited legit 5 minutes and got a more perfect entry. So you know, just being more patient is like one of the driving factors of most losses, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and then this one, honestly, this was more of a greedy, like chasing FOMO type of trade. The setup wasn't beautiful, and also there was no like clear or perfect targets, so that's what kind of lost me that trade. And then this final one was, you know, like I said, overnight bullish. We came, tapped hourly FVG, and we're going higher. But I mean, yeah, other than that, let's talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow is also no news, so tomorrow might be buns as well. So yeah, no news tomorrow. Also on the daily. I mean, today was a 700 candle day. Like, this isn't, like, these aren't small candles, you know. So we'll see where we close, but I mean, you know, 2 back-to-back very volatile days and no news. I mean, tomorrow might not be, you know, a good day to trade, but Wednesday we got CPI, in which you can use my code on Alpha Futures, PPI, and then Friday 7 a.m. So today can be a little wonky, I'm not gonna lie, but it can pan out to a good week. My accounts are back 49,840. I was down to 600. So I was down to 600 drawdown. Now I'm back to 1,800. So it's been a decent couple days, but yeah, I'm definitely not complaining. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Gonna stay patient tomorrow. Probably not gonna trade tomorrow, especially after a good day like this. But yeah, we'll see. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next trade recap. Peace.